I titled this segment, Why You Must Always Be, quote, game ready. In this segment, Colonel White talks about the responsibility of being a leader, and that responsibility means that you're always game ready, you're always available. You never know when the enemy's going to attack. It could be that you're in the middle of combat and we know who the enemy is, and of course you have to be ready at all times. But it could also be during peacetime, where you may have one of your soldiers get hurt or get in a car accident, etc., and a leader has to show up, and a leader has to be sharp, they have to be present, and they have to be ready to lead at all times. I think you're really going to like this segment because it really inspired me when I heard what he was saying about it.
Just a few minutes ago about wanting to be a good leader. I've got several little notes that I developed over all these years, and it's called desire. Desire to be a good leader. Also,
it goes back to responsibility too.
Yeah,
If you say, if I'm responsible for these people, I've always taken I've told my sons that, hey, I don't drink, don't smoke, get stuff in time. And I say, well, like I want to be better, yeah, but at the same time, I feel like I got a lot of families that are counting on their income based on what I do, and so I have to kind of be like that.
You bring up smoking and drinking. I never smoked, I never drank, and so forth. And people say, why not? Or, weren't you ever tempted? And I said, well, I learned early on, like if I were a smoker, back in the early days, they wouldn't probably do this in the Army, but in the early days, they would have smoke breaks. And so if you messed up, we're in training, let's say basic training or OCS or whatever, you're in training. If you messed up or they wanted to punish you, they take away the smoke break. Okay, doesn't affect me. That was one thing they couldn't take away from me.
Yeah.
Now, if they took away food and water, that's different.
Right.
But okay. As far as the drinking went, I said, I'm a leader. I cannot afford to ever not be in total charge. I don't care if you're after duty hours and so forth, and Private Smith's in an auto wreck, and you got to go show up at the hospital. You don't want to show up intoxicated or, and you don't, also, by the way, you don't know when you're going to get called out to go do something.
Yeah.
I was always on duty.
You gotta be ready all the time.
24/7. In my mind, I'm on duty. So it didn't.
And with you, it's life or death.
Yeah,
for me, it's not life or death. But if you,
I didn't see any advantages to it.
Yeah.
It's not that I'm a goody-goody. That's not the point.
Yeah.
I'm very jealous of my health. God only gave me one body. I want to take good care of it. So I didn't want to do things that would harm that. I've had people have asked me. In fact, this happened yesterday at a luncheon with 3 other gentlemen, and we were talking about leadership, ironically. And they said, what do you think, Rick, what do you think is the most important quality of leadership of all the things? Humility. Humility does not mean you're a doormat. That's not what that is. Humility is recognizing that you're not if you think you're the smartest guy in the room, that proves you're the dumbest guy in the room, because you're not. Don't be impressed with yourself. Have humility.
Well, arrogance is a weakness.
Arrogance,
it's a liability.
Yeah. So, and it goes back again to learning something from everybody. You can learn something.